Welcome, everyone, to episode 5 of the Tony's Talks podcast.
Turn this off for a second.
I'm Jeremy, and I'm joined with everyone today. I think pretty much minus Simone. Simone otherwise would.
Hi, Simone.
Yeah, hi Simone if
Hello.
you're watching, but she's not here
You
today. But
trader,
everyone else-
you're having more fun than us? I don't think so.
Simone had prior engagements,
Yes.
so she couldn't.
Whatever
be here today.
12-year-old is.
You know, it's Halloween. she's
Trick-or-treating, yeah.
Right. So this is our second uncle, the star of our show. This is our second annual podcast, Spooktacular. This is the first time on the podcast, second time on Tony's Talks.
Second Spooktacular.
And we're going to have a fun one today, Uncle. How do you feel?
Feel very terrific.
I feel
You
like
know-
I have
He's
gas.
spooky.
You sound so upset.
Can I say what?
Listen, Chuckles, if I
Can I
press
say where
your
we're going
flower,
tonight?
you're gonna-
You can tell the people what we're up to tonight
We're
later on. This is going to be part of the
go
video.
Pumpkin hunting. Not pumpkin hunting. Pumpkin watching. We're gonna watch pumpkins.
We're going to watch them.
Not wash them.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
watch
going
them.
Watch 'em
pumpkin
grow.
washing.
we're gonna
Some
go-
neighborhood in Providence.
No, that sounds sketchy. We're going to go to. We can tell people we're going to Roger Williams Zoo to go to the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular, and we're not going to misbehave. So it's going to be.
Speak
fine.
for
It's gonna be
yourself.
fine that we use their name in the video.
Speak for yourself.
Uncle
It's my
Sweat.
first time because I used to work PM shift.
Okay,
I never saw
misbehavior.
it.
Isn't your mask part of your outfit? But it's not. It's your hair and your hat could be on right now, right?
I can't breathe and I can't see.
No, but is the mask in the hair and hat? They're not all the same thing. Where did that go?
Behind you.
Oh,
I could
yes,
put the
we'll have
mask
our
on.
little handy dandy.
Can we just
assistant
throw the
Logan.
Bob Ross wig on him?
No,
Oh.
no, not the. We
No,
don't
not
want
the
the
mask,
mask.
the
We want
hair.
the hat, dummy.
That was
For anyone who's watching this on video, because obviously it's just an audio, you might be just listening on iTunes. But if you want to see,
almost burped into
you
the
can go to
mic.
youtube.com, Tony's Talks the podcast. If you want to find it on YouTube. So for any of those who are interested in seeing what we're doing right now, because I'm sure it doesn't.
There you go, Chuckles.
We're all in costume. That's probably part of this that I haven't mentioned yet, and you can't see that unless you're
Uncle,
watching
what
this.
the hell,
but
dude?
Well, Jeremy, your costume stinks.
My costume is bad. I have this mask in front of me that I would otherwise wear, but I'm also trying to host the show, so I can't really do that because it gets in my way. But I do have my.
Sounds like an excuse.
It is kind of an excuse, but alrighty. Anyway, we
Orange
have
is the new black, by the way.
for Halloween.
Yeah.
That was the name of a show.
Uncle, I want that mic in your mouth.
A
Circa.
prison episode.
Oh my
Circa
God.
2017, 18, around there.
Okay. Well.
Circa.
Anyway, we have a mix of questions, some that we've gotten from viewers, i.e., some of our friends, and
Recently?
yeah,
viewer?
we asked some people if they had some questions for the podcast. listener
Wow,
questions.
that's
We
going to
have
be
viewers?
interesting. Is
Yeah.
it PG-13 or is it G
We're
rated?
gonna go however we want, but I'm gonna start off this episode just by asking you,
Okay.
basically, and other people can chime in if they have input as well. But your favorite Halloween memory. If others have memorable Halloween memories, they can share as well. But
Memory or nightmare?
Or most memorable
yeah,
memory.
I have. Well, we'll start with memory. It could be a nightmare. I don't
Memory
know.
when
it's
I
not
was
always a good thing.
working at, I can't say the hospital. It's not this one
Circa.
that I work now. Circa
Circa.
1983.
Okay. Good.
Can I name the hospital?
Marianne.
It.
Marianne.
The hospital that he used to work at. If it's gonna be something bad,
No. I mean, are we allowed to say names?
well, let's err on the side of not using names.
Okay. Well, I was working in the hospital in the OR, not as a tech, not as a
What
do you
does the
call that?
OR stand for?
operating room.
Okay.
I was the
Okay.
best operating room janitor they ever had.
Uncle's a world-class surgeon, and
I was
we just
going
didn't
like
know
speed. I was like Scooby-Doo on drugs, just going all over the 9 rooms, cleaning
So
up
pretty
after
much
the
Uncle was
doctor's
on speed.
messes.
The class.
So what's the memory?
Oh, a
Yeah.
coworker asked
Oh.
me to go to a Halloween party, and I dressed as
Put
myself.
that mic in front of your mouth. I swear to God.
dressed as
I'm gonna duct
myself.
tape it to your face.
I dressed as myself.
Did they think it was a costume?
I mean myself as myself in uniform.
Like you
at
wore your
work.
scrubs?
Scrubs, mask before COVID, hat, stethoscope, but I wasn't a doctor. I was just pulling on, and I
You
got
were just
a lot
pulling
of
on?
rave reviews. I wrote out of college.
Wow. How old were you in 1983?
1983, I was 18, and the coworker was about 19.
Interesting. And you were partying it up at Rick.
Well, it wasn't at Rick. It must have been at a sorority house of hers. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, quick flex.
So you'd hang out at sorority houses?
It was a straight miss. I mean, a straight miss.
It was a straight miss.
I meant it was a
Mary
it-
straight miss.
You know what I'm saying? It was friendship. Go on.
It was.
It was platonic.
Platonic. That's what I meant to say.
So your memory is that you, Jenna, if you want to talk.
It's
like-
one of the best ones. I had a lot with my immediate family where they played a Darian episode and they dressed me up as a girl with earrings and everything else. And
This is a common theme in your life to get dressed up as a woman,
no, they just thought it
which
would
is
be
fine,
cute.
totally cool, but just asking.
It's 2021, Jeremy.
Yeah,
We
that's
can,
why
you
I'm
know.
prefacing with that. But okay. So this was you like this as a fond memory because you were in the operating room and you got to actually be like in the action.
Well, I
Bring
saw a
the
lot of
action.
things that we can't explain on podcasts.
I mean, you can
Oh.
explain. It's
Open,
probably
open heart surgeries, amputations, feces exploding.
I swear to God, every time I
Okay.
tell you to put that mic closer to your mouth, you put it farther
feces
away.
exploding, you know.
Feces.
I don't think we needed to hear that one a second time, to be honest.
Sorry, what was that? Feces exploding.
Oh, and the morgue doctor, like you see, that does autopsies, he gave me a tour of the room, which was the worst nightmare I've ever saw.
Sad.
Sad, but
But
true.
this was on Halloween.
No, this was at the hospital. I say that because it's a Halloween type thing that grosses you out. Seeing the dead.
You
that's
see
what
any
it's-
spooky, scary skeletons in there?
Well, they were covered up in plastic, but he took me to the freezers to see what it looks like.
Wow. Deep cut.
Okay, what's another question they have for me?
Yes, this is I don't know if I came up with this one or not, but I want to get everyone's favorite scary movie. Uncle, I guess we can start with you. If anyone else has an input, feel free, please. I would love to hear from everyone.
Scary as in gory or just scary as in scary? Because there's two different kinds of scary. There's gory and
Whichever one
non-gory.
you'd prefer.
Well, the gory one is Friday the 13th, Part 1. The scary one is Halloween 1.
These are all old school.
Or Cujo.
They came out with the new Halloween.
Oh, Cujo, like the big Rottweiler?
Yeah. No, the big, not Doberman Pinscher, the one with a lot of brown and white fur and Saint Bernard, yeah.
I thought it was a Rottweiler.
No, it's a Saint Bernard.
Cujo?
Yeah, he changed into a mean Cujo. I mean, a mean Saint Bernard. We eats people.
God
Okay,
damn.
next person. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
I'm gonna go with gore here. One of like the earliest, most gory movies I saw. I don't know how old I was at the time, but it was My Bloody Valentine.
Oh my God, that's
There's a
circa
there's a whole lot of
1980.
stuff in that
No,
one.
Your
it
mom took
wasn't.
me to see that.
I don't unless
Yes.
this was like a
I know what John's thinking
Could
of.
be
and
a
it's newer
reboot, but
version.
that's
Yeah.
a bad one. My Bloody Valentine.
It was like super gory, and I mean it was cool, but I think it kind of
Did a
scarred me
number
a
on
little
you?
bit.
More than you are already.
I don't really like horror movies, and Jeremy knows this,
This is
but
Jenna, by the way. This is the first time you're speaking. Just if no one's watching the video, they're just listening. Go ahead. Figured I'd-
Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
oh my god. Okay, so my favorite movie was Us
Oh, okay.
by with Jordan Peele because
Yeah.
I like this. I prefer psychological thrillers because I think that like it's very cool when movies like get really in your head and like mess with you.
Jenna, an intellect.
No, like what I no. When we walked out of the theater after we finished that movie, I was like, I swear to God, my doppelganger is gonna come up to me with like cold scissors and just
Cold.
yeah.
But if you're talking about
Gold.
Halloween movies too,
The color gold,
Uncle?
the color cold.
no, let that Jenna
Almost there.
finish.
There we go.
There was a TV movie from the 60s with Mia Farrow called Rosemary's Baby. That was kind of sick.
Carrie is also a classic.
Oh, Carrie, John
Classic.
Travolta,
the old
Sissy
and,
Spacek.
yes, the old and the new because there was a new one, not as good, but the old one,
Oh yeah,
classic.
she really looked possessed, like some of my coworkers.
Okay. Darren looks like
Oh.
she's lined up for her
Wow.
I'm ready.
input.
So, I also don't like scary movies, but I like It,
Okay.
the first one,
Clowns.
not the first one, but not the original one. I don't like It 2. It's not. it didn't satisfy me. But or I like The Shining.
Oh, I was just gonna
I
say
was just
that.
gonna say
Yeah.
that.
I like that type of scary movie. I don't like gore.
Wait, remind me
like
the lead. I can't.
Demons.
Jack Nicholson, obviously iconic.
One
His
Flew
name
Over
was
the
just
Cuckoo's Nest.
escaping me.
Circus 75, the year Santa was born.
What movie?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh yeah.
About escape from an insane asylum.
Dude,
Oh.
I related that movie because I watched it in my AP U.S. history class, and I related it to something in psych. And my psych teacher, who was like notorious for just being like a bitch,
You can say it.
yeah, she was a
Not a nice lady.
she was
a
a
bitch.
birch. She was a birch, and if she's listening to this now, then
You're still a birch.
you're still a birch. She knows who she is.
An older birch.
She made me cry like 2 days after my grandmother died.
Oh,
Like, how messed up is
God.
that? Anyway. The point is that I related One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest to something in psych, like a historical thing to something in psych, and she didn't believe me. And then I literally wrote a paper about it and handed it in.
That sounds traumatic.
You get a good grade?
No, I wasn't a graded thing. I literally
Oh.
just like wrote something and like showed it to her to show her that I was right.
Did she believe you after that?
She did, because someone else backed me up too after we talked about it in class.
I love that.
Great movie though. Great movie.
Okay, Pete.
Really
what's your,
depressing.
now you gotta ask Pete after
He's
Darian.
got it.
Not a big horror movie guy.
Again?
I can
Is-
watch
is
them.
anyone
like,
around
I can
here?
watch them,
Damn.
but I mean,
I mean,
No,
I
you
am.
just
don't-
don't really
That's
do
why I
it for
say.
me.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
really do it
yeah.
for
You
me.
just
Jump
don't
scares-
anticipate those movies coming out. Okay.
Yeah, and like I don't know, jump scares are cool, I guess, but they're not. I don't know. I'm more into like deep movies like that, you know, like Jenna was saying. I do like The Shining. The Shining's a good one. You know, I remember watching that with my dad when I was like 8 years old. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have a favorite Halloween movie by any means, but
Well,
Jeremy, what's yours?
Sorry,
And
I'm
Logan.
I'm
boring.
saving the best for last because I love horror movies. That's my
Genre?
favorite kind of movie to watch. Favorite genre of movie to watch. I don't know that I have favorites. I'm not like a, because then there's people that are like snobs, like, oh, like I only like these horror movies from 1975 and everything that's come out in the last 10.
that's true.
The
15 years is
Exorcist
terrible.
was bad.
But
A lot of vulgarity.
Like good bad or bad?
Bad.
well,
Head churnings, 4-letter words.
I wasn't around for when a lot of those older horror movies came out, and I haven't gone back necessarily and watched a ton of them. Movies from this era, I think, Insidious, and some of the. What are you? Logan's
Sorry.
walking around with his
Yeah.
with his banana costume.
I was
on
just
right now.
watching
I'm
What
walk
is
just
over to the
banana
mirror and
between
make sure
his
that his-
nose?
I was making sure that he walked over to the mirror and made sure that his stem was sticking straight up, and it was funny.
Well, he's gonna give his opinion. Do you have a horror movie opinion that we can get you in here in a second? Okay, we'll give you a second. Well, I'm not done yet. So, the Paranormal Activities actually I like. I like when they felt more realistic. I like the way that it was shot, I should say. I don't like movies that are like overly fake, like all this wind that came out of nowhere. I like ones that are still based in reality, like serial killers and someone entering the house and those sort of thing. That's kind of where Us comes into it. Like I like that a lot. Insidious, again, you're kind of bordering on like paranormal stuff that I'm not really a huge fan of, but it's a good movie the way it's shot and everything. But my all-time, and this is kind of ridiculous, my favorite horror movie or Halloween time movie is Zombieland. So, yes, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone. What? And the fourth one, what's the other girl's name? I never remember her name. Abigail Breslin.
Abigail Breslin, who was also Carrie in the remake of Carrie.
Oh, see, I haven't even seen that one. I'm again,
You should. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
It's good.
Jeremy's like, my attention span was wasted on Emma Stone.
Not even, but
Spent.
she was on point in that movie though.
It's one of his celebrity crushes, I think.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Logan, did you have an input on this?
Uncle, are you awake?
Uncle's, I think, falling. Are you?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you just fall asleep on camera?
Holy shit.
Here,
Beans,
Uncle, why
what
don't you
the
give your
fuck?
mic to Logan, considering you look like you could take a nap for a second. Here, and then Logan can give a story that's not more than a minute and a half.
Oh
long.
my god,
So,
there's a banana on screen.
So before Logan goes and tells the story, I think it's going to be hilarious if you zoom in on Uncle's face when he's sleeping in the middle of the podcast.
I'll 100% in post. I'll do that.
Just like slowly, like as his eyes close, like it zooms in gradually.
Dramatic.
So, I haven't seen many horror movies at all, but there was one incident in like 7th or 8th grade when I think we got out of school early or something.
Oh, I think I know where this is
So
going.
I had a bunch of friends who were like on my bus and like got off
Maybe
at
I
my
don't.
stop. We all like went to my house and like they're like, "Oh, Logan, you have like Netflix?" I'm like, "Sure." And then they just forcefully put on The Conjuring. So yeah, I saw that. After all this, I'm just going to say Scooby Doo is my favorite horror
Okay.
movie.
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, a classic, dude.
Ooh.
Absolutely. If anyone hasn't seen that, they should. What's the other one? The Hex Sisters? What was they called? Remember that? What's it called?
Oh my God.
No, here, give it back to him.
So it's funny because I say all that about The Conjuring only for Scooby Doo to be my favorite.
Well, there are some good Scooby Doo horror movies out there, to be honest with you. And that's on God.
remember a specific one.
Well, there are a few. Zombie Island is the best, I would
Zombie
say.
Island, pretty goated. The freaking I can't think of what the witch one was called, based in Salem.
I think it's the Hex Sisters. Wasn't that what it was
no,
called?
it's not. The Hex Girls are
Hex
in
Girls,
it,
Hex Girls,
but
right.
that's not what the movie's called.
Okay. Well, either way, that one's a good one, too.
Hex Girls. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right.
Drop a line.
Well, that was good.
Any more questions from the fans?
I think we should. So you. No, you know what? I won't go there just yet. I have another thing I want to go to, but I'm not gonna do it. So,
I'm not gonna do it to him.
what is everyone's favorite Halloween time activity? Or this could be a fall thing, I guess,
Washing
but like
pumpkins.
scary-ish generally.
Eating Halloween candy.
Uncle, you can start again. Mic closer to your face.
Eating Halloween candy, from candy apples to 6 pieces of bubble gum in your mouth at the same time, to sucking on
unlocking
those
some
straws
memories
that
for
had
me.
sugar with different colors in it. I don't think they sell that now.
Pixie sticks?
Yes.
Oh God.
Veggie straws.
Anything sweet.
My favorite Halloween candy is a nice bag of veggie straws.
Are you serious? You're on something.
No, he's
No?
joking.
I think that's what they hand out at the houses off of like Blackstone Boulevard.
Oh my God.
Like
Yeah,
veggie
probably.
straws.
No, they have whole candy bars to that neighborhood.
Oh, is that the king? Sorry. Is that the king size?
Yeah.
The king size candy bars, like
Right.
those like
Full-size
like Harmony.
Hershey's.
Yeah, like east side of Providence, right?
The
Yeah.
party-sized veggie straws.
All right, so Uncle likes eating candy. John, what do you like to do on Halloween?
Probably get drunk.
Uncle, that is so low to think of John that way.
What else
John's
can
a
I look?
drunkie.
Flashback to John last night.
Guilty as charged. I don't know if I have like a particular favorite Halloween activity.
Well, you could have had one at younger age and one at an older age.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll step in right now and tell you that my favorite thing to do, I haven't done this recently, I kind of outgrew it, is going on the haunted hayrides and stuff like that. The haunted corn
Oh,
mazes.
okay.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
Halloween
I went
activity
once as
for
an
sure.
adult about 20-something years ago.
I actually went on one a couple years ago. I think it was Halloween of 19, I want to say, at Scary Acres.
Shout out Confrida Farms.
It really
Shout
just
out Confrida
doesn't
Farms.
quite hit the way it did when you were younger, though. It's like one of those things. It's like no shade on like Disney or anything like that, but like you go back to a place and you expect it to be like this magical, transcendent experience, and it's just
We're
like
getting deep again.
it's just like not the same. You know what I mean? So it always kind of falls short. But not as it's never as magical as like that first time,
I'll tell you what.
like when you're a
we
youngin.
did once, right? Did we run into? Was that we run into Steve? I don't know. You've been with me, right?
Me?
Yeah. Have you gone?
Oh yeah. You and I went on a haunted hayride
Yeah.
that led us to some like
haunted corn
hou-
maze.
Haunted corn maze.
Yes.
corn
This
maze.
is what
Yeah.
he's talking about. Scary.
Yeah. Then we were in line and we saw Steve with his
Girl of the time. Don't know who.
And who's Steve?
Oh, it's just a buddy of ours. He always appears places. Like
Oh, wait, Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah,
Steve.
Steve,
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah.
yeah.
Steve. Shout out Steve.
Shout
What's
out
up, Steve?
But yeah, do you have Jenna? Do you have a favorite time?
So I've been thinking about
Thing.
this. If I want to get all like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
We've gotten deep.
Nostalgic.
Okay.
Nostalgic. I'll do that. My mom and I used to like carve a pumpkin before I got ready to like go trick or treating. So I would help her carve it and we would pick out a design together. And while she was carving it, I was like taking apart all of like the seeds and putting them into a bowl. And then my dad would take me out trick-or-treating. And then when I came back, my mom, while I was trick-or-treating and she was staying at home and answering the door, would cook the pumpkin seeds, like roast them in the oven, and she like seasoned them perfectly. She made the best pumpkin seeds. So that when I came home from trick-or-treating, I was like munching on the pumpkin seeds and eating my candy. Uncle fell asleep in the middle of my story.
Uncle, are you awake?
Dead ass.
Your story's boring.
Is it really that boring? I thought it was. I thought it was cute.
I thought that was
Uncle right to
beautifully
sleep.
woven by Jenna. over there.
Beautifully woven.
I felt like I was in that kitchen. You know that flashback in Ratatouille when they
I
go
am
back
the
and he's sitting
pumpkin.
at his when the food critic's sitting at the table
Yes.
and he's eating his mother's ratatouille.
Yes.
After eating it in the restaurant, that's how I felt listening to Jenna tell that story. just
Yeah.
now.
Call
I
me,
was
call me
there.
Emily freaking Dickinson.
I think
Do
we
you
need
have
a
a time
spin-off
limit
channel.
on this podcast?
We're
Uncle.
taking, are you trying to go home already?
No, I'm just trying to say.
Put that
He
mic near
needs
your
to-
face. I swear to
No,
God.
I'm saying in case Logan has to re-up the video.
No. Logan and I've got it covered, all right?
Uncle,
Don't worry
blink
about
twice
Now
if you're in any
Jenna,
danger.
Jenna just
it. Are
finished.
you
Now
here
it's
against your will, Antonio?
Pete and Darian next.
Wait,
Your favorite Halloween
just
activity?
before you go, I think we need a spin-off channel for Jenna where she does ASMR for Uncle Tony so we can go to sleep.
No, it was a great story.
story.
It
I
was.
used to do
I
that
thought
for
it was.
Halloween.
I was very into
Now
it.
we're
can't wait to
gonna
hear it
close our eyes, and we're gonna travel back in time.
Could Jenna
to
work for Calm? Absolutely, but
Hopedale,
a good thing.
2007.
John, Darian's gonna tell her.
We take you on a trip. You can just smell the pumpkin seeds.
a short story, wasn't it?
Yes, we're not gonna.
No,
get
I think Uncle's just kind of disassociating right now. So
What's that mean?
Honestly, same.
dissociating, what does that mean? It means when you're kind of like here in body, but you're not like
Your brain is
Fully
Uncle's
here.
very good at showing off his brain in a physical setting where he can just sit here and do nothing. But anyway, Darian, please go ahead. With no further ado,
Can we repeat the question?
your favorite thing to do on Halloween or around Halloween time?
Okay, well,
She did host a
Clearly-
party yesterday.
clearly
Yeah, she's-
drinking is not my favorite activity to do on Halloween anymore.
I'm never drinking again.
You hear that, Phil?
Was it a rough morning?
No, I'm just so painfully hungover.
Really?
But like I don't feel bad, but like my brain's just not here. I think I lost like at least
Darren's
few brain cells.
disassociating.
Yeah. But okay, so as a child, I liked decorating for Halloween. It was always fun. My mom and I would always decorate the house and outside. But now I would say
Now it's getting hammered on a Saturday night before Halloween.
Now I would say, ooh, apple cider sangria, one of my favorite things about the fall. And
Yeah, I was gonna say we could
My
get more into
friend
just
made
fall
that for
things.
me the other day.
You had sangria?
Yeah, with apple
Okay.
cider.
Yum.
How was
I
that
don't
for
remember
you?
the occasion. It was good.
I
You
don't
were
remember
like,
drinking
I
it,
went for
but
seconds.
you were
No.
lucid.
it's good.
Okay, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic, so I'll
put it-
actually
no, he's
say
just
my
alright.
favorite thing to do is carve pumpkins.
Oh,
But
we
I
haven't
haven't. I haven't.
I'm sleeping now.
I don't know. I
Dangerous.
honestly forget it's Halloween until like the day of, and I'm like, oh god, I need a costume. And then
Same.
yeah,
No, I spend the whole month of
But-
October forcing Jenna to try and watch horror movies with me. And
I
we did watch. What did we watch? Oh, we watched the new Halloween with what's
Wait,
her name?
But
Jamie
with
Lee
Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Curtis.
Yes.
Wait, did you watch it in the theater or on
right
TV?
out of his clothes.
We
watched it
watched
on TV.
something. No, we watched something else
What else?
though. Did we watch another horror movie? I swear, I've been very nice to you during. No,
No.
I've been very nice and appreciative.
Oh well, we watched A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yes,
which was good.
So that was both this month. That's
Yeah,
pretty good
which
for
is
me.
not really a horror movie, you know.
Then what is it? A
Borderline.
thriller?
Thriller, scary thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but so
Wait, never
so
mind.
for a complete answer, I
Wait.
think being around my friends is fun. We all usually do
What a kiss
something
ass.
fun. You know, friends and familia. So my
Your
cousins.
cousins.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
So-
cop out to me.
that's my favorite
Sometimes
thing
friends
to do
are better than
for
familia.
Halloween.
Familia can be overrated.
Uncle, you love your family, all right?
Uncle's
Yeah, Uncle's
Out
sitting
of
on a couch
pocket
surrounded
right
by
now.
family.
Well,
Me
there
and
are
Jenna
some
are
that
only
are
friends.
followers of a different party affiliation, so they don't longer speak to me.
Oh,
I don't know if we need to do that in our fun Halloween episode.
All right, let's get political.
No. Peter, Halloween activity.
As a kid, my favorite would probably be, I mean, just going trick-or-treating and you go up in your room, you find the biggest pillowcase you have, and you go to the richest neighborhood in your little town or city. They give you the nice big candy bars.
Pete looks
you know
like
what
that
I'm
guy that
saying?
was like gritting out the neighborhoods, making sure he hit all the right spots.
Change costumes.
Not
and
just
go
like
to the
willy
same
nilly
house
with it. Like he
twice.
was going to the spots.
I
he
had a
knew was-
mission. Listen, you had to zigzag up and down the streets, so you got every single house. You know, sometimes I bring a backup pillowcase, fill that backup pillowcase up a little bit too.
A 2 pillowcase kind of guy.
We used to do that back in the 70s, my younger sister and myself.
I feel like pillowcases aren't really a thing anymore. Like
No, they're not.
Like kids don't take pillowcases out to go trick or treating anymore.
They're
but-
suffocating. You can suffocate
Did you say
yourself.
your younger sister?
Yeah, Matilda.
My younger, older sister.
No,
No.
she's younger than my older sister.
Be-
Yeah, but she's not your younger sister.
Well, she's younger than my older sister.
But she's your older sister.
Yeah, she's not younger than me.
So, oink.
She's gonna be the big 6-0 next year. Shout out
Here
to
you go, big
Matilda.
boy.
Thanks.
No, but because my dad took me trick or treating for so long, we just stayed in my neighborhood when we had like
Boring.
the king size.
I'm just kidding.
When we had the king size neighborhood like right across the street, like across.
I know what you're talking about.
What?
I said I know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I know exactly what neighborhood that is.
Jeremy knows.
exactly where you live.
I know exactly.
I know where you live.
All right, so let's expose Jenna's address.
No, but it's just very obvious.
No,
it's like,
no,
well,
no,
it's
but
like
it
one of
was-
those neighborhoods.
But
that
it
was
was so long before my dad was like, I don't know, are you gonna make it through? Because he doesn't want me to. Because I was always give him my bag, and I would when I was really little, I'd be like, can you carry me?
Anyway,
You should voice over like a
Harmony.
different name of a town.
Agony.
You need a microphone, Logan.
so
Springfield.
next segment here, I want to.
Call Hog, Rhode
Do you have a
Island.
favorite Halloween activity, Logan?
Did you say your favorite?
What? Mine was horror, scary like hay rides and stuff,
Sahara.
corn mazes.
You
things
know,
like
we
that.
haven't gone to a haunted house.
Haunted
in a
houses in
grip.
general.
Factory of Terror.
Yeah, we
Mm.
can't really probably bring the camera. What?
Remember we went to a haunted house.
We went to the Factory of Terror. Yes, we did early on, like 5 years ago. Okay. Yes, Fall River.
In
So Jeremy brought up a hayride, and he brought up a really good point there because it takes me back to the elementary school harvest fest that would happen in like fall. So those were always great. But now that I'm not in elementary school anymore, I guess like parties, those are nice. You know.
Logan likes to rage on
We're gonna be
Halloween
going to
now.
them bangers.
We got a party animal over here.
A party bananimal.
Wow. Good. Thank you for that input, Logan. Now see you in 20 minutes.
That shit is bananas. BANANAS.
Okay, so this is something I kind of probably should have mentioned beforehand. I want to do an overrated, underrated with Halloween candy, which we can. I'll give you guys a few seconds to talk about it. Like, just not talk about it. Think about it.
Oh
to
my
yourselves.
god. We okay.
Before we get what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I know what's the almost
no,
overrated
no,
one.
not yet, not yet, not yet. Before we do that, I want to get to a controversial question that I came up with. Is it acceptable to hand out something other than candy to trick-or-treaters on Halloween?
Yes,
Straws.
A
yes.
different kind of
No.
food or something in general? What do you guys think? Go with. Who wants to start? Anyone have a strong opinion on this? Uncle does.
Protection.
Excuse me?
Prophylactics.
Uncle Tony, we're talking about children.
Oh, children. Sorry.
Part of me wants to
Well,
cut
that's
that out,
what we
but part of me
handed
wants
out
to
at
leave
the
that in.
hospital.
You didn't give it a- So what was the question again?
Is it acceptable to hand out something other than candy
Be
to
fun and have
trick-or-treaters?
safe.
Yes.
No.
Gift
Because
cards.
we were talking about veggie
Gift
straws.
Definitely
cards
not.
to wear.
We were talking about veggie straws a second ago, and I don't think that's so far-fetched. Like,
Yeah,
I think
I
there are
just-
some people out there that do that.
No, yeah. I used to always get like my people in my neighborhood would always pass out like little baggy like goodie bags with like random things in it, like a pencil and like
Oh, yeah.
little notebooks.
That would
which
enrage
is
me.
Nice,
That
but-
sounds
like
just
that.
like you had a
Yeah.
teacher in your neighborhood that was trying to dump their like
But it was,
surplus
like-
school supplies.
Yeah,
There's no
but
such
it
thing
was
as
like all
surplus
the time.
school supplies in
Just
this
pass out
economy.
candy. It's cheaper,
Yeah, what the heck?
and it's for children. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you not like that? You sounds like you're kind of, the occasional pencil wasn't the worst thing for you.
I mean, it was fine, but like, why?
Right.
Why do you have to be different? I'm anti. I don't think it's acceptable.
What do we think about like bowls that are left on the front? Who was the guy that was
I mean,
rolling up
that's
and
something I would do if
loading their bag
if
up?
I
Yeah.
get a little tired. And
Pete
don't
was
wanna
definitely
open my
that kid that
door.
would roll up. He would see the sign. It was like,
Pete's like, I'm not gonna
please
stand
only
for this."
take 1 or 2 pieces
No.
of candy, and then he
No.
would take the whole thing and dump it in his pillowcase.
That is false.
Peace
Run
out.
off
You
into the
know,
night.
and I know that's false because my parents are the ones to leave out the bowls and would make the sign that says take one, and we go out there and the bowl would be flipped over and there'd be no candy left. So no,
Like
I was not that kid.
20 minutes
Tornado
in.
hit the front porch because kids were just running
Yeah,
up there.
oh no.
Whoever
Yeah.
gets to it first.
They just steal the whole container.
I would also say no, it's not acceptable to have anything other than candy. Because I think the worst thing is being a kid, going up to a house, right? Here's a true story, actually. I was, trick-or-treating one year and, just making my normal rounds and get up to a house and the guy says, I don't have any candy, but I have quarters. And he gave me like $3 in quarters.
I've never heard of that before.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was a
Did he
thing.
put them in like coin rolls?
Nope, he just dumped the quarters in there, and then I remember going home and trying to sort all my candy, and I had all the candy sorted, and then just $3 in quarters on the side. So, yes,
That's
I say
whack.
no.
Like, why even pass anything out at that point?
Man said, "Keep the change."
Yeah, right.
Take the change.
Does the couch have anything else to add?
No, I'm pretty much in agreement.
You gotta ask Darren and Logan.
What?
Unless
Oh, we
you're
don't have do
trying to
everything. There's only
accommodate
one-
certain dietary restrictions.
Fair, I guess. But I think there's some people that try to be like health warriors out there and like, I'm gonna give the kids something that can make them
Yeah.
not rot their teeth away.
I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like the majority of to me, like the majority of houses are gonna answer the door and give you candy. So like if I get like a pencil, I'm kind of like, all right. but wait, can I pose a question?
Of course.
So what do you think? So maybe this is kind of prefacing the overrated underrated thing, but like, do you guys prefer like chocolate bars, like chocolatey candy, like, Reese's, Snickers, Twix, all that? Or do you prefer like when you get gummy bears and Airheads and like really sweet or sour stuff? Like what do you guys prefer? Because I always preferred like not chocolate.
Oh, I guess this just comes down to whether or not
guess
you're
chocolate
a
or
chocolate
not.
or a candy person,
Yeah.
which I would say I'm a chocolate person. Though there are certain candies that I heavily enjoy, like a Sour Patch Kid,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
generally chocolate.
I think chocolate in moderation for Halloween can good. If I'm shoveling candy in my face, there's not gonna be a lot of chocolate in there, but
I think you can only take so much chocolate, and until
Yeah.
it gets old. But you can keep eating Sour Patch Kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sour Patch watermelons.
exactly.
Oh.
Ooh,
Logan's a
Airheads
big
though.
Sour
I
Patch
ate
watermelon
almost a
guy.
whole bag the other day. That's why I refuse to buy any more for myself.
Starburst,
Oh, Starburst,
Oof.
goated.
the unwrapped
They stick to my
ones.
false teeth.
Oh,
though.
I
Stick
think
to my
this.
false
I think this is a good. I think this is a good segue into the overrated, underrated Halloween.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we should do that.
I could eat a whole bag of Twizzlers.
So Uncle's had a hard time exactly understanding the
Get this man
concept
some Twizzlers.
of overrated, underrated before. Logan's already getting in because he's obviously got some very strong opinions.
It's about the candy.
Okay, well,
Here you go.
here, what is it?
Sometimes like the random bags of chips are nice.
Okay.
I agree. A bag of Cool Ranch Doritos every now and then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
People
you're
do that
right.
too.
That's fair. That's probably the only acceptable thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Chips. Don't make it something healthy.
What was that, Louise, with the mic not in front of you?
Like chips that are unhealthy.
Sheepishly takes the mic.
Like the unhealthy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, keep it unhealthy, I think is
I
what we
heard
come
you.
down to. Just don't put
I'm
like...
not trying to lose weight tonight.
Yeah, fair. One night of the year, at least. You shouldn't have to worry about that. Okay, so who's got the strongest opinion on this overrated, underrated thing? Who's got a candy that they really think is just like, oh, this is
Oh.
fake news, like not
Oh.
cool, not good?
Let's stir the
Oh
pot.
well, not
Candy
good.
corn.
Oh,
I
candy
love
corn?
candy corn.
Whoa, that's a
I
hot take.
love
So-
Wait a minute, because
candy
I was
corn.
just about to like make a strong argument that candy corn is the most overrated
Overrated?
Halloween
It
candy
is.
It's like
in
a staple
America.
of
Everyone
Americana.
trashes on
It's
it.
like everybody knows
What?
what is the
Everyone
Halloween
trashes on
candy.
it.
Yeah, for good
Candy
reason.
corn.
Yeah, but it's not overrated.
But then it's so
'cause
many. But so many
you're
people.
flamed if you like it.
I
They
guess,
sell
but
it year
so
round,
many people.
but they force it on Halloween.
Yeah, like I feel like so
Everywhere
many
has
people
it.
just have bowls of it in their house, and I'm like, for what?
It's just pure sugar, look like a corn, but it's not.
but they're so good.
To look like a corn.
They are.
I'll
but-
tell. I'll tell.
I-
No, let Terry
I
make
love
her
it.
point. I want to hear
All
like
right.
I want to hear more about this because I can't stand it. I think it's like the worst thing you could eat on Halloween.
Well,
but go ahead.
Darian also eats like vanilla Tootsie Rolls, so I don't really
And
trust
my
her
favorite
judgment
candy
on this.
is also Circus Peanuts.
So you're the one.
So, and I love licorice.
What is that? I never heard of Circus Peanuts.
Okay.
Circus
what?
Peanuts.
Not
Circus
peanuts.
Peanuts?
Peanuts. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Peanuts. What is that?
Penis?
It still sounds like he's saying it.
You're definitely saying penis.
I'm saying peanuts.
Penis, what is that?
It's
Penis
my
butter.
ethnicity. I am
My
not.
Uncle, you've been in this
ethnicity.
country for 50 years. All right. I don't know how long that you
56
can get away
years
with that.
almost.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was muted. Sorry, everyone.
John's really got the football on.
Anyway,
Okay, Darian.
so
Do you have a point, like a way to defend this? not.
my point
That's all I
is
meant.
that I'm sick of the candy corn slander. I
The
love
slandy
it,
corn.
and it's good. That's all I have to say. And I like how
Stop
they're
the
little
cap.
triangles. You could just nibble on the top of them. You know.
So do you like the actual flavor? Of it,
Honestly,
or
the-
do you
the-
just like the things you
Yeah,
can
I
do
like
with
the
So
it?
flavor.
Darren, you're trying to
Flavor's
say you're a
good.
nibbler.
You just like the things you
Yes.
can do with them.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I think honestly,
their shape.
that top, the very point of it that you nibble off, that's like
Yeah.
the only part of it that's worth eating, in my opinion.
That's my favorite part.
and the rest of it is just
'Cause
like
it's a little,
expendable.
A little crunchy. A little.
I mean, throw the whole thing out as far as I'm concerned, but you just need to stop making them.
I disagree.
Did they just hit a touchdown?
Sports ball, no.
Anyone else have any
Yeah.
candy
So
opinions?
I guess Darian went with her underrated, but
Yeah.
do you have where are you going with this, Jenna?
I was gonna say my underrated.
Okay,
candy.
perfect. Keep it with underrated.
Yeah, my underrated candy is Whoppers. Whoppers. Let me explain. Whoppers, while trick or treating, are by far the easiest, most convenient candy to consume. Because when you like around Halloween, they have like the little packs of 3, and you can literally just push them out of the top and go 1, 2, 3, and then next thing you know, before you return from trick or treating, all of your Whoppers are already consumed.
So again, is it because you like the way that it can be eaten, or is that
I just
because
think
you
it's
like
like
the candy itself?
to me, it's like I only eat Whoppers around Halloween, and like in my head, it's just like the Halloween candy. That's so underrated.
Interesting.
Whoppers are overrated, but anyway.
Yeah.
I think like the whole like malt thing doesn't do anything for me.
But with the chocolate around it, though.
If it ain't malt liquor, I don't want it.
You could put chocolate on anything. I don't know. I just think
So John, what are your
you could
opinions?
put
then?
lipstick on a pig.
John, you got to put your opinions out there then.
Oh,
instead of just
I have
casting
some
on other people.
scalding hot takes that are really gonna just throw everyone for a loop.
So we're looking for.
Um,
Is Uncle awake still? Have we-
Yes. Yes.
Uncle mentioned Twizzlers earlier, so I'm gonna throw Twizzlers and Swedish Fish into the arena. Grossly overrated.
Oh
Wow.
Both of them.
my goodness!
Both
How
of them.
dare you?
I know
That's
that's
tough.
super contrarian of me,
Agreed.
but I just think like I don't know, dude. Like I'll eat a Twizzler. Sure. I don't really have anything against them, but they don't do anything for me. Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
wanna
they're
be
like
here
kind
anymore.
of fun texture-wise.
They're
to
good
eat,
movie candy.
Or you like bite the ends off them and you use them as like a
Instead
straw
of biting
or
your
whatever.
fingernails, you can bite a
A
Twizzler.
Twickler.
The cherry, the ones that you peel.
But can you put
Oh, yeah, those are
But can you put
decent.
Twizzlers and Swedish Fish in the same category? I feel like Swedish Fish
No.
are better in my opinion.
Yes, 100% accurate statement.
But they stick to the
I
bottom.
don't know.
Of your-
I think it's kind of like a similar experience for me.
I see what you're saying. I could live a life without Twizzlers. I couldn't live a life
Yes.
without Swedish.
So you'd
Exactly.
sooner give up Twizzlers than Swedish
Absolutely.
Fish.
Same.
I think they could both go as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Well,
Thank
you're
you,
not
Logan.
on camera and
Thank
you don't
you.
have a mic in front of you, so whatever you say is
I
invalid
don't
anyway.
know. I might be on the Twizzler side over Swedish Fish.
Well, you'd be wrong. So
Can I say something? So, okay, not really a candy, but something I've been thinking a lot about lately is how
where's this going?
much the frickin' Welch's fruit snacks just slap.
Welch's
Yes.
so
What about those
hard.
old school Monsters
Yes.
Inc. fruit snacks? Do you guys anyone remember those?
Huh?
Monsters Inc. ones?
Yes.
I mean, fruit snacks in general slap.
Oh, the
Scooby
Scooby
snacks?
ones. That's maybe what I was
The
thinking
Scooby
about.
snacks with the solid blue Scooby.
yes.
Easily
Oh,
the
yes,
best.
yes,
Easily
yes.
the best. I'll take that over any candy any day.
We unlocked a
Yeah.
memory for Jenna.
Scooby snacks.
This is a very nostalgic thing
Like
to do.
Scoob.
You know what year
We gotta,
Scooby was
like, bust
born?
out of here, man.
Earlier?
No, the Scooby Doo came out in like
The 50s?
No.
it might have
68.
even been the 40s.
Close. What's the next number?
67.
40s.
No.
9.
9.
69?
Yeah.
69.
What a year.
I sat there seeing in my black and white 10-inch
Nice.
Yeah,
TV.
40s is way too early.
Google what?
Does anybody know what a black and white TV is?
I don't have my phone on me and my computer doesn't have Wi-Fi.
I guess not.
Hey, Jamie, could you pull that up for us?
Logan, yeah, Logan
Hey,
can do that
Jamie,
because he's in the background.
Hey, Banani.
What year was Scooby-Doo born?
Alrighty.
When was he birthed?
When did he pop out?
When was he sunned?
Hey, we popped out.
Next thing
yesterday.
I'm going to need is I'm also going to need Uncle's horoscope from today. Because
Horoscope?
That's something we're doing.
I love it.
How am I gonna get a horoscope for
So
today?
this all comes back to like we eat Chinese food like every Thursday kind of religiously at our house. And whenever Uncle gets a fortune and he reads it, he always has this like extreme reaction, usually in a very, very bad place.
Negative.
Negative
yes.
reaction to it. And I'm like, oh, good. So why don't we just read your horoscope on the podcast and see how that goes?
Yes.
So once Logan's got how old Scooby-Doo is.
Are you a Libra?
Okay, so
Are you a Libra?
yeah, it'd be good if Jenna's just going to need the mic anyway.
Are you
It's a
book?
Hanna-Barbera.
Because the question, what year did Scooby-Doo come out, gave the wrong answer, but what year was Scooby-Doo born gave the right answer.
What is it, 69?
1969.
1969. Look at that.
That
Why is that knowledge that you
that
just
feels
have?
so early.
Because that was my favorite
I mean,
cartoon.
that feels late.
And it was scary because the ghosts and the goblins would come out.
It was scary.
His 16th is his birthday.
16. So you are a Libra?
Do you know
Yeah.
where you're? Yes, he would know this. He pays
You,
attention to horoscopes.
Me, your
Ooh.
grandmother, and your great-grandmother are all Libras. 3 days apart
I'm a
from each other.
Capricorn.
16,
I'm a
19,
Virgo.
22nd.
I'm a candy corn.
I'm a Leo, yeah.
So now where do you get the
Bad.
horoscope from?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, she's gonna need the mic, John.
Wait,
Was I going to
Get in here.
wait. I think that this is it.
You think? What do you mean?
It says horoscope.
They're each days. Like, does it come out every day?
So
Yeah.
this is his. Wait, so we need today's
Libra
horoscope?
for today, October 31st. Right? Is that how it works? You search the person, like your horoscope,
Yeah.
like Libra, and then
You put it-
October
most of the
31st.
time
So
put
what?
in
No.
your
So I have. So I
birthday.
have Libra horoscope today.
Yeah.
Am I going to be ready for this?
I don't know.
Okay, wait. Okay, got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Business acquaintances could visit you today. They might stay longer than expected, but this is positive. You'll have a lot of interesting discussions that open up doors to more promising enterprises and ways to make a success of them. If you get distracted and talk about other things, what does it matter? Relax and enjoy yourself. Wow, that's very
Wow.
fitting.
A business. I don't own a business.
This is
Uncle
this is our
Tony
This is our
is a
business.
business.
Tony's
Tony's
Okay,
Talks is a
okay.
business.
Then that's great.
You will find 29 nickels as you travel through your trick-or-treating.
So have you enjoyed chatting with your business?
I know what
acquaintances
29
today?
nickels counts to. 55 cents.
29 times no.
No, yeah, that can't be right.
Nickels are
29
5
times
cents.
Oh,
Five is not-
nickels.
Oh, I thought you said pennies.
That's still doesn't work.
$5.50 then.
Ah, pickles.
Okay.
Well, that's too
I'm
much.
gonna assume that math is
Whatever.
right, but I don't know about that. Okay. Anyway, Uncle, I don't know if I have any more questions here. I think we're pretty much good for today. We've gone. Oh, you know what? I did have my one last note I wanted to make. You said something about Tony having a sour. This came up because Logan's turning 16 on November 9th. Yeah.
You had a sour 16.
You had a sour 16. You said, Uncle Tony. Do you remember saying that and what that might have alluded to?
A sour
It's
16.
our last story before we bounce.
What do you mean a sour 16?
You said your sweet 16 was sour.
Yeah.
Well, why?
sour sweet.
Well, do you remember
gum.
your 16th birthday?
Maybe I do, but maybe I forgot on purpose.
He had a story for us earlier in the week. I wrote it down at the dinner table. And
Did you have a party?
did you
Did
have
you do
birthday parties? Yeah.
anything?
No, I
guess
was
this
in
is about-
11th grade at 16 years old.
You would have been a sophomore in high school. You were
junior.
Logan's age. A
Junior.
junior? No, Logan's a sophomore though.
Yeah, I started school in 16
you were a year
and I
behind?
turned 17 as a junior. And
Oh,
then
wait.
17, I
You're a year
graduated,
ahead.
turning 18 because it's a month apart, a few months.
Is anyone else following this?
No.
You'd have had to been a year ahead.
How old were you when you graduated?
I
high
graduated at
school?
17 in June, turned 18 in October.
Oh, so you were
pretty
younger.
young.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the
Yeah.
average Tony birthday in high school? You must remember that.
What do you mean the average
Like
birthday?
I don't know. What would you have done for a birthday back then? You remember your birthdays?
Just those
Put
Portuguese generic
strips of
birthday
bacon
cakes
on the
from
piece
the
of
Portuguese
cake.
bakery.
Would you have cousins over? Just like small.
Yeah,
family
cousins,
groups?
and I'd get T-shirts, sweaters. And that's about it.
Okay.
And
that was-
money. I like money.
That was a lot less depressing than I thought it was going to be. So
Yeah.
that's good. I like that for us.
Sweater.
Not a
16.
sour, correct. You're right.
So now we're gonna say goodbye to episode 5 podcast.
Correct. This is the end of the podcast, and again, we're gonna
Uncle's like, thank God.
Stay tuned for our video,
I've
our
rated
Halloween
every moment
special,
of this.
exactly. And
episode 44.
yes, we're filming content at the zoo later, as we've talked about. I want to remind everyone where they can find the podcast if they're not already.
Are we gonna see animals?
No, it's Halloween stuff.
Breaking in.
So obviously, you're probably listening. You guys are never gonna let me get this out.
Michael. Peter.
You're listening to the podcast on some platform already. If you're listening to this, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook because we're also on both of those platforms. Just stay up with us.
And TikTok.
Yes, follow, like, subscribe. Oh yes, TikTok. I should plug.
Tony's Talks.
I try to take a segment from each episode of the podcast and put it on TikTok. What?
You don't need to say how the sausage is made.
I just
I'm
want
just saying it's podcast content and other stuff too. I think that's totally fine.
You don't need to
You
say
didn't have a
how
mic
the
in front of you
sausage
either,
is
so you
made.
can't talk.
Jenna just wants to be in the room where it happens.
Yeah, no one hears you, Jenna.
Yeah. You don't have an opinion if the mic's not in front of you.
I will not be participating in the next podcast.
Oh, that's not true. You will.
You
be.
guys are being so mean.
All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us on episode 5 of the Tony's Talks podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.